Hi everyone, my name is Biswadeep and I'm principal at ZS Pune India office. I've spent over 20 years in technology across industries with almost 10 years or so in ZS, focusing primarily on healthcare clients. One of the key areas which I lead in ZS is driving digital and data operations excellence for our clients. This is where we have been using the Datagaps solution BI Validator, and which is an automated tool that becomes central to how we drive quality and consistency in our reporting solutions. In my session today, I'll walk you through our journey with Datagaps for the last 1 year, how we discovered it, how we scaled it, what impact it has created, and eventually how is it has helped us to deliver better outcomes for our clients. Uh, yeah. Starting with our journey, how it started, back in Q1 2025, we were looking for various ways to automate the manual validation of Power BI reports, a process which was very time consuming and error prone. During our research, and we looked on Google and ChatGPT to find out what are the tools available to do it in a more operational manner. While there were tools available, doing some scripts, doing some workarounds, we looked at data gaps, which at first looked like a very promising solution. So we went on to the site as the usual process flows. We requested a demo, and once we requested a demo, we looked at the demo and thought about having a 2 months POC to see if it fits to our operational needs or not. During the POC, we worked very closely with the Data Gaps team, training our analysts, setting up the right cloud infrastructure for hosting the Data Gaps platform, and also involved some key stakeholders within the organization, including architects, cloud experts, and the client teams who are going to use it. The POC outcomes were strong, the results were good, and we had an alignment from all the stakeholders that we operationalize the tool and scale it across multiple clients. And that's how our journey started. From there, let's jump into the impact what Data Gaps has created. Over the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months, the deployment has scaled up quickly, and we rolled it across 13 plus biopharma clients, validating 45 plus reports. And this was done by implementing close to 5,500 plus checks spanning both UI and data validations. The results were pretty amazing. There was 70% time savings. So the time taken by as compared to manually doing it versus the data gaps tool running it. So the time was close to 70% savings. There was 80% time reduction in the turnaround time. So again, the turnaround time on the response for our client for our teams in terms of measuring that reduced, and there were 100% adherence to the UI validation best practices. Again, if you think about it, if you do it manually and there's a list of 100 items, you by the time you reached fifth or sixth, you were like, okay, rest would be fine. Versus an automated tool which runs through all the 100 different checks sequentially and ensures things are fine. And all of these reports are refreshed in a very regular frequency. Some of them are daily or weekly. And there's a compounding impact as well, which hence the solution delivers the right quality and the right impact at scale. Now let's look at what was the problem statement. So again, we go back to our initial state where we look at the problem statement and then what is the desired state we wanted. So uh, and maybe I would also like to cover why automation made such a difference to the way we work. Right. So every time the reports were refreshed, they had to be manually validated. So checking the UI numbers matched with the backend tables, ensuring that the drop downs work, ensuring that the charts showed no trend breaks, the KPIs matched across screens was very important. And there was a person and there was an FT who used to do that every day. And the same report, the same kind of after the data pipelines were executed and the reports were refreshed, this was the work to be done. And if we do it across different teams and projects, each team had its own checklist, and there was no standardization across them. So, depending on what they thought, what the developer thought was relevant to be validated for the report, those things were checked. Uh, Now, over time, the analysts who are actually the operations analysts who are actually looking at and validating these reports, sometimes they used to go into a Zen state. When you see the same dashboard every day, it becomes very easy to miss small deviations or errors. And this manual, error-prone process was slow, it was inconsistent, and it was subjective to an individual. We wanted to move to a state that was standardized, automated, proactive, where validations were exhaustive, turnaround times were faster, and errors could be instantly flagged. Data gaps enabled exactly this transformation. Now, we spoke about our desired state where we wanted everything to be, automated, quality to be better, turnaround time to be better. But how did we deploy it? So as you know, the way the reports are refreshed, there's a process which happens where there's a data processing which happens, where the data is ingested, processed, and so on, and then the reports are refreshed. And once the reports are refreshed, you manually validate those reports, and then you share the communication about the data refresh to the end users. Most of this entire data pipeline is automated except for the validation report part. So previously, what used to happen is the validation report part used to be our moot point, where certain issues or certain challenges used to come. Now, and these reports, depending on again on the FTE who's validating it, on the person who's validating it, the reports could take up to 60 minutes per dashboard to validate. So if I have a dashboard with 6 to 8 screens, and each screens I have to look at 5 6 drop downs, different charts, go back, and if there is an error, go back and look why the error is coming, whether that particular model did not get refreshed, or there could be some other error. Doing all of that used to take close to 60 minutes. However, with the introduction of data gaps, we were able to improve the accuracy, and due to reduced manual intervention, but also the reports got refreshed earlier by an hour. So the time required for the gaps process to work is close to 5 to 10 minutes as compared to 60 minutes, which used to be taken by the manual person who's validating it. Uh, while we say all of this, we are thrilled that our partnership with Data Gaps and the impact it has on our delivery ecosystem. The few highlights which stand out, one is the licensing and ROI. Even though the tool replaced low-cost manual work, we achieved a positive ROI from year two because of right-size licensing, and the productivity gains. There's strong collaboration with the Data Gaps product and support teams. We've worked hand in hand. So when we deployed the entire product, there were some issues, there were some challenges which were there, but the Data Gaps product team and the support team are always very helpful. They always come forward to ensure that we fix the issues very quickly, and if there are certain uh, uh, enhancements which are required in the product roadmap, that is also very swiftly delivered. All of this help us to then scale to newer use cases very efficiently. And third biggest point, which I thought is a differentiator for data gaps, is the features like anomaly detection, which go beyond standard checks, which help to elevate the quality better. So the quality, again, is dependent on various aspects, but doing an anomaly detection, doing a trend analysis, and some of such features help us to get one step ahead. And obviously that results in better client delight. What is the overall impact of implementing data gaps within our solutions at ZS? We saw a faster turnaround time, we saw improved quality, and we saw more innovation in how ZS delivers value to its clients. Data gaps truly helps us look good. And with that, I'd like to thank the entire Data Gaps team for inviting me here today and being a true partner in the journey of Ops Excellence. Thank you so much, and it was great talking to all of you. Thank you.
For further questions, feel free to reach contact@datagaps.com. Request a free demo, scan the QR code below. Thank you.